Well, hello everyone. It is Wednesday. That means what's up, GaFUMCk? That's right, Wednesday. Again, I'm getting this out on time instead of Thursday or Friday. It's Wednesday, and it's my weekly video on what's going on at Godfrey First United Methodist Church. Just a couple things to look forward to over the next few weeks. We have regular worship this Sunday. If you want to get registered and signed up, be sure to contact Barb or get the link that she emails out and go online and sign up. Again, it's important for you to do that for a couple of reasons. One, we want to make sure that we don't go over our capacity limit as set by the conference guidelines at this time. We want to make sure everybody can be safe and socially distanced. But it's also our way of taking attendance. Barb has her clipboard and she goes through, and if you've signed up online or she's got you signed up, she just puts a check mark by your name, and that's how our attendance is being registered. If you haven't done that, then she's got to take the time to write your name out and all that. So, when there's 20 or 30 people that are coming without registering, which is happening, then that's a lot of work for Barb. And Sunday is her day to worship, not work. So let's not make her work harder than she needs to on Sunday morning. So do what you can and get signed up. Regular worship this week. We have Mother's Day next week. We'll talk about that next week. And then May 23rd is going to be a special Sunday here at Godfrey First for a couple of reasons, or few reasons. It is Youth Sunday. So we will highlight some of the things that the youth have been able to do this past year. It hasn't been much, but we've been able to do a little bit. And we didn't have a Youth Sunday last year because of the pandemic, so we'll cover all that. And then the youth also burn all of the prayer concerns that's been put in the prayer wall. And again, since we didn't have Youth Sunday last year, we have 2 years worth of prayer concerns, and there's a lot of prayer concerns in this wall. And we are looking forward to burning those and symbolically raising them up to God for good, and put them all in his hands. So we will do that on Youth Sunday, both services. Also, that Sunday is Confirmation Sunday, and we have 4 of our youth that are being confirmed. Marcus Hoffman, Parker Cannon, Blake Rensing, and Alyssa Knight. And there will be at least one confirmed at each service. We're not sure who's going to go to which service yet, but I know there'll be at least one confirmation at each service. Might be 2 and 2, 3 and 1, whatever. So we're looking forward to that. And finally, it's also Pentecost Sunday, where we celebrate the descending of Jesus as the Holy Spirit to his disciples during the feast. So it's May 23rd. Mark that on your calendars. It's a very special day for Christians and for our church and our Godfrey First family and for our youth. So we look forward to seeing you all here that day. Also, looking ahead, looking a little bit further ahead, June 12th. Put that on your calendars so you don't forget. June 12th, it's a Sunday at, 13th, June 13th. June 13th. You can put the 12th down if you want, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Mark June 13th down at 6 o'clock. It's a Sunday evening. It's our first Ignite performance of the year. We have a best of program where we've highlighted our favorite songs from our first 6 seasons, and we're going to celebrate our first senior class of my daughter Dude and Riley Clark and Riley Baldwin and Katie Northcutt. And it's going to be outside. We're like we did for the hymn sing, and we've been talking with John to make sure, our new IT AV guy, about getting all the right equipment and sound stuff, and it's going to be a great concert outside on June 13th at 6 o'clock. So mark your calendars for that. So backing up a little bit and speaking of youth, and this is the point that I want to have us ponder for this week. This Sunday is going to be our last meeting of this school year, our last lesson meeting. Next week we don't meet because of Mother's Day, The 16th, we're going to do a game night. 23rd, we're showing a movie. So this will be the last lesson for this school year before we break for the summer. And it's going to be the last lesson that we have with our seniors. And again, I can't wait to meet with them and share a message about sharing. When we took over the youth program in 2015, we wanted to change the name and give a whole new identity and just we wanted to make it ours. There was nothing wrong with the other name or what they were doing, but we just wanted to make it ours. So we put it in the hands of the youth, and we came up with GPS. And it has a double meaning. One is we want to use our lessons as a guide through our middle and high school years, and hopefully through our lifetimes, to use Jesus's teachings and as a guide through our lives. So that was one thing. The other thing is we wanted the GPS to not be global positioning system. So the G, I'm pointing to my shirt because my G. So the G is grow, and we challenge our youth to grow in faith. P is for participate. We want them to participate in the life of the church. Their church, our church, the overall church. And then S is for share. And share is what we're going to talk about today. And it's our youth lesson for this Sunday. We want to share the good news of Jesus Christ. There's not a better story that we can share than the story of Jesus Christ. And how he came for us, loved us, died for us. You know, we don't hesitate to share on social media our favorite TV shows or our favorite restaurants or our favorite youth directors. Yeah, it's Susan. They voted, and it's Susan. Anyway, we're not afraid to share our favorites. But what about church? Not just your faith, but Godfrey first. When was the last time you shared with someone your favorite worship service, your favorite sermon, your favorite praise song, your favorite hymn? When was the last time you invited someone to Godfrey First or to worship with you, either in person or online? When was the last time on Facebook you shared a post? Either this award-winning video presentation or one of the services, one of the Sunday morning services. When was the last time you shared? And I can tell you, we're binge watching The Middle. It was a show that was, it stopped just a couple of years ago with Patricia Heaton, where they're raising a family in the middle of Indiana, and they're like lower middle class income, struggling like we all do. It was a comedy. And we've been binge watching that, and we've been telling all kinds of people, hey, you got to watch this. We had family over the weekend, and we're like, oh, Matt, you got to watch Billions. You would love Billions on HBO. And, oh, hey, you got to try this restaurant. We get DoorDash and order stuff from Bluff City or from Shogun, because, well, the girls like sushi. So, and we're not afraid to share that. But even me, when was the last time I said, hey, you know what? You should come to Godfrey First. Why are we hesitant to share our faith? Probably because of the backlash we might get. I ask the kids this question all the time. Why don't we stand up for people being teased and picked on? Well, because we're going to be teased and picked on too. That's why. You know, our faith is a lot like politics. We kind of keep it to ourselves because we don't want to be made fun of. We don't want to stand up for it. But isn't that what God has called us to do? God didn't call us to just sit and be. He called us into action. He called us to share his story, to share his good news. So I challenge you this week and in the upcoming weeks, when you think about sharing your favorite pet groomer or your favorite barbecue recipe or your favorite movie, why don't you share what you like about Jesus Christ? Why don't you share what you like about Godfrey First? Why don't you share what you like about being a Christian? And see where that gets you. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to hearing how that goes. All right, so share. Right now, we're going to share a few moments with our friend Barb. Of course, I got to get my mask on first. And we're going to venture on. I shut the door because the kids from the daycare tend to be loud. I don't want to be distracted and interrupted by their sweet people. So we're going to go talk to Barb real quick and see what Barb has to say. I'm sure she has nothing but important things to say today. So Barb.
Joe.
Oh, where's my mask, Joe? I have no idea where my mask is.
I wear it when somebody's around, maybe.
All right, Barb. So what do you have to talk about today? Anything?
There's your newsletter just went out in the mail at noon today. If you're on our email list, then or not the email list, but the newsletter mailing list by computer, it's in the mail. And snail mail is going out today, so it'll probably be 2 or 3 days before you get that one. And it's got information in there about Bible school. I guess, did you already talk about that?
I did not talk about VBS. That's awesome. I'll let you do that.
On the back page, there is a place that you can already register your kids. Imagine. You can do it online. If you don't have access to that, you can always give us a call and we'll take it that way. But we're trying to kick it off and get things going. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow. So Joe and Pastor Jay and I are meeting with Ann McLaughlin tomorrow to get some things ironed out. Then we'll have more meetings, I'm sure, after that.
I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 more between now and then.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, it's not that far off.
It's not that far off, yeah.
So we need to get it going. We're glad to have Ann on board.
Absolutely. So we talked about sharing. VBS is a great way to share the good news of Jesus Christ and what he has brought to our lives. So if you want to volunteer, let us know and you can be part of that. But when we start getting the information out, share it. Let's get people involved. Let's get the kids involved. Let's get their families involved. And let's get the good news spread out there. Right?
You got it.
All right. It's a train theme, right?
Yes, it is. It's called, that's what it's called.
Is it Rocky Road?
Rocky Railway.
Rocky Railway. Right.
I've got it sitting right here in front of me. Rocky Railway. That's it.
All right. Doo doo.
That's it.
So get your conductor hats and let's get working on that. All right. So that's this week's edition of What's Up GaFUMCk. I know you're probably sitting at home going, wrap it up, Joe. Wrap it up. So I'm going to wrap it up. That's all I got. Blessings, Godfrey First. We'll see you next week.